Hello.
You did earlier?
It was.
You were here for Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have a really big issue. I have a whole YouTube channel that's full of evidence. I've got a Facebook that's full of evidence. I've got a lot of people that I have evidence of, but I don't have computer skills. I also have autism, so I am in a severe state of crisis for like 6 years. A friend of mine got her head blown off. They tried blaming me for it, and it's become like this crazy thing on the internet. Now, I've been taking abuse for 6 years. I've been collecting evidence for 6 years. I've now got an issue because I was lured here by Department of Human Services, what's his name, Cal, and I went down to their offices and they did not take the situation seriously. This is 6 years of me being blown off like I'm a retard. I'm not retarded. I got an IQ of 172. Autism and retardation are not the same thing, and they need to stop doing that. I understand that they don't understand every disability out there, and I do try to explain it to them, but they don't listen. They talk over me. Now, the situation that has happened here with the police as a result of that situation, and me being bullied by the people at the Department of Human Services down there, that's not okay either, especially when I was trying to turn in law enforcement. I've got it recorded on my YouTube channel. The way that I was treated it is extremely inhumane. I am a human being. And for me to be repeatedly sent from one place to another, for them to tell me it's not their job, for me to be sent right back to the places that already told me it's not their job, by everybody telling me that it's not their job. And the fact is that it is all of your jobs. I am a disabled adult who cannot take care of himself, who is at risk, who is taking a lot of abuse and punishment, and I do have it recorded. It's not some meth shadow on somebody's friggin' meth cam. The crimes that have been committed against me, all the people that I have been sent to turn them in, I've gone. I have explained my disabilities. I've been told that either A, my disabilities don't exist, which I have the evidence of it. They obviously exist. I'm obviously autistic. I obviously do have Tourette syndrome. I am obviously an at-risk adult, and I do get disability money. But my disability money is getting taken away because I have not had any actual help. Since Natalie Bollinger died, I have taken no end of abuse, and nobody cares. I'm an at-risk adult and I can't defend myself. I can't protect myself. Anybody can say anything that they want and prevent my evidence from being shown in court. Meanwhile, everything is being taken away from me because all of these programs are procrastinating. They don't care about the crisis that that puts me in or the complete and total fear that that puts me in because I am victimized every day. So I am scared. I can't go to the cops. I am told to go to Adult Protective Services. Adult Protective Services blew me off. I have the evidence of it. I can't process how much evidence there is because when I spend between 5 and 8 hours a day running around to all these places I'm told to go to, many times having to do so on foot. And I've also got to record all of the roadblocks and issues that I have in between because those show that I have been trying that all of my money is going to fix a vehicle that is broken every month. I just keep throwing money at it because it is full of evidence that nobody is going to look at. Meanwhile, I have people trying to destroy my evidence on YouTube and on Facebook. I have already got a case number. Nobody is helping me to turn this stuff in. I am disabled and can't do it myself. Someone has to sit with me and assist me with it. I have a whole car full of evidence, including computer evidence, paper evidence of a lot of different stuff, but I am stuck homeless, I am still disabled, and I am still in shutdown mode, which I've been in for 6 years. I am able to do some very limited stuff to help other people. The most important is going in with them because they're more likely to get services, but none of them reciprocate the favor. I don't do drugs. I stay clear of drugs. I don't mess with drugs. I have to go to street drug vendors to ask for help, hoping that maybe they will show up with me and make you guys do your jobs. I can't keep jumping around from place to place, getting bullied, harassed, threatened, intimidated, and assaulted until I move. And then the next place that I move, I'm going to get victimized again. I still have no protections from predators, none. I can't defend myself. If I am beaten up by somebody, even if I don't defend myself, I will go to jail, and that has been shown repeatedly. So somebody needs to do something. It's Friday. I get that it's Friday. I was here last Friday. I had to wait all weekend for somebody to do something. I got victimized by the police for trying to get something done. I am sick of this. I can't take care of myself, and someone needs to step in.
Okay, so I did earlier in the thing, I did talk to Jordan, and I told her that you have to, and she said, oh yeah, I think you've got some evidence from her that you guys did. Do you have that? She said.
I do. I do. It's in my vehicle, but the problem is I need a place to put my stuff, and I need someone to help me to do that. That's the problem with being autistic when I'm in a state of crisis, which I've been in for 6 years. It's not safe for me to drive, but I am forced to drive places. I keep getting told by places that I'm telling you it's unsafe for me to drive. They say, well, if you drive here to the Dalles, I drove here to the Dalles. All it has done is cost me time and money and prevented me from turning in my predators in the river.
So what kind of evidence? Do you have like paper evidence?
I have paper evidence, I have computer evidence, I have electronic evidence, I have stuff that's on YouTube and on Facebook. I also have people who have, for the last 6 years, been doing everything that they can to destroy that evidence. And I can show you how they were able to abuse Facebook algorithms to do that. I can show you where they destroyed the evidence. I can show you the screenshots of the evidence before they destroyed it.
Unfortunately, I'm not the person who wants to show that too. But I know that Jordan said she wants to basically call the hotline to see if there's anything that she can do to help you. But she wants you to give her the evidence.
I can't. I need help with that. That's the thing. That's the reason that I came in here. They said to have Jordan help me with that. I can't do those things. If she can't help me with that, then it won't get done.
Tell me copies of them for you, and I'll give them to her.
Ma'am, it's not just papers, it's also a computer. I need to set it up somewhere. And I'm totally down with bringing in papers and showing them to you. But there's also the stuff that's on my computer and on the internet. And I need help with that. I am no good with computers. I have a Facebook because somebody showed me how to do it. I have a YouTube because somebody showed me how to do it. They helped me to set it up.
You tried setting it up right there in my lobby, but
I have, but I don't have anyone to sit with me and help me with the processing part. That's the thing, is that I'm not any good at this. I have sent stuff to police, and this is stuff that needs to be seen too, because while I'm having officers writing down that I'm making no effort, I have literally thousands of hours of evidence that I've been making effort. I've been blown off by police repeatedly because Natalie Bollinger was shot in the head in 2017. That was 2017. They abused the hell out of me because they wanted to accuse me of killing her. When they found the guy who actually did it, yeah, they don't leave you alone after that. My disabilities don't just disappear because people want them to. People keep making the same suggestions over and over. No, someone needs to help me. My mouth is dry. My disabilities prevent me from doing this myself. I am having a trauma reaction to being told repeatedly to do things that I have gone to these places for help doing those things because I am disabled. You have it in your paperwork that I'm disabled. I get paid because I'm disabled. And despite the fact that I need assistance because of my disabilities, I have been denied that assistance for 6 years because people keep wanting to tell me to do things that I don't have the ability to do without that assistance. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Be right out. He just got here. So he just got here. Just coming back to talk to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Horrible.
Birthday.
Yes, ma'am. I try to explain to people about autism and about how it works and about how when I'm in a state of crisis, I shut down and I can't function. I've been like that for 6 years. It's unsafe for me to drive, but I'm forced to drive places. I've got a whole bunch of evidence on my computer that needs to be seen. I can't process it because of my disabilities and because of ongoing abuse. I understand that Natalie Bollinger was not any of your guys' fault, but the fact is that that abuse follows me everywhere that I go, and I mean that literally. The people that I'm trying to turn in, as far as my abuse goes, some of them are also the abusers of a lot of these children. And I also want you to know that I've been in jail on multiple occasions, as well as been to prison on false charges because I tried to turn in people who were abusing children. Now, the evidence shows that I told the truth. It also shows that I was denied my rights because of the term mentally ill, which they tried to play off as schizophrenic. I've got evidence that I'm not schizophrenic, that I do have PTSD, that I'm not delusional. I've got multiple mental health specialists who have verified that, signatures and all. The thing is that I get gung-ho when I see people being hurt and I'm stuck in an environment where people are screaming at each other. I have to hold it in and I have to try to be strong, but I can't do that all the time. And I see where resources are going, and I am absolutely for female victims getting help, but I am absolutely also for all victims getting help. And just because somebody is a male doesn't mean that they're a predator. Just because somebody is a male doesn't mean they can't be a victim. Just because somebody is autistic doesn't mean that they're retarded. And just because somebody's normal doesn't mean they're intelligent. I understand people's ulterior motives, and I understand. I didn't grow up in a bubble. I grew up in the system. I didn't have people waiting on me hand and feet. I didn't live in a bubble.
Yeah.
The problem is I have a lot of evidence downstairs. It's going to be the weekend. I have no money. I still don't have somebody assigned to assist me with, like, I'm disabled. I'm supposed to have God, there's 3 different ones. Guardian, advocate, and case manager.
Okay.
I've never had a case manager.
Ever?
ever. I did have a lady who was supposed to be the advocate. She was supposed to be the case manager through, um, what's it called? Something house. Not Carriage House. Cirrus House out of Scotts Bluff.
Okay.
The lady's name was Penny Cooper. But she wasn't doing the job, and I have all the recordings of that. She just wanted to beat on housing like it's a dead horse. The problem with housing is that the one that I had prior to her was a woman named Jen Beebe, who also didn't want to do her job. She was actually uh, supposed to be my caseworker twice. She didn't do her job the first time. Marcia Estrada is one of her coworkers. She's also one of the mental health therapists that I see that is licensed to diagnose schizophrenia. She has stated and written both loud and clear that I'm not schizophrenic, that I'm not delusional, that I'm not psychotic, that I do have severe PTSD, that I have other trauma-related issues. So the thing is, finding somebody that I can trust is a big issue because a lot of people will immediately tone bully. And that right there shuts me down. And then my words don't come out right. And then they say, oh, well, you said this or you said that. Or they talk over me when I'm trying to turn in somebody that, according to the mandated report or training, I'm allowed to turn in. And for them to talk over me so I can't give the details, or to talk over me as soon as I get halfway through a sentence on that, it's very frustrating because I know what their job is. I used to be a homeless liaison in Boulder, and I grew up in the system. When you're in the system, they always give you those classes. You take the sexual abuse classes. After you take the sexual abuse classes, you have your sexual abuse group. Then you have your regular schoolwork. And then after your regular schoolwork, you go to the classes where they explain about who you're supposed to go to. And it's basically a support group for the survivors of sexual assault. And when you're in the system, it doesn't matter if you were assaulted or not, you go to those meetings. You're required to. And you go to those and you learn who you're supposed to go to. I did what I was supposed to. You're taught that you're supposed to go to the bully. If the source of the bullying is a rumor, you go to the source of the rumor. You tell them how it makes you feel and you ask them to stop. Well, that doesn't work, not as a kid and not as an adult. I don't know why they keep pushing it at us. There are occasions where it does work. And on the occasion where it does work, those parents usually don't end up in this office. And their kids don't usually end up in this office because the difference between it being that kid's fault or not is whether or not the parent cares. If you've got the parents of a bully who show up, and then you've got the parents of an autistic kid who go, well, he's autistic and he's tough to handle at home, I understand. Well, the thing is, at home, how do I state it? The reason it is so difficult to tell autistic people from victims of trauma is because society does not produce any people with autism who are not traumatized. Anyway, the computer stuff, I was taught and showed how to save it and all that. But I have, like right here, it says, all right, this lady right here, no, that's not it. I must have clicked on it already. There's a lady who's trying to get my YouTube taken down based on somebody who is either catfishing me or is missing. Now, if they're trying to destroy my entire YouTube channel. I never wanted a YouTube channel. I never would have needed one if I had a case manager or a caseworker. Now, the people that were supposed to, it's just like everywhere else in America, we're stuck with people like Center for Living. They're not caseworkers. They're not actual caseworkers. It's basically a subcontracted group. And it's difficult, like in the situation where I was in the Hood River Hospital and I was telling them about people putting drugs in my drink, and I wanted to know what those drugs were. And those drugs were methamphetamines. I had to go to the hospital. I explained the situation to the hospital. I even recorded the situation at the hospital. despite the fact that I'm absolutely certain they didn't want it recorded. But I did anyway. I just didn't video record it. And I do let everyone know that I record everywhere. The reason that I do that is because people lie to you. People are going to lie to you. Now, if you record it and they choose to lie to you later, you've got it recorded that they're telling you two completely different things. Now, why did they do that? I have a list of the witnesses in the abuse that I'm enduring, but I also have multiple situations where my little sister and my niece had their lives threatened, and that's not okay. They were forced to live with a child molester to try to avoid safety issues because of situations with Natalie Bollinger. And I met Natalie Bollinger when she was underage, but we weren't friends. And people keep trying to paint it out like I'm some sort of a stalker. The evidence shows that I was the one stalked. And me and her were not friends until she was an adult. And the situation that we had as far as being friends was a matter of us both going through similar abuse. It's Friday. I can't guarantee that I won't have a severe meltdown, and I'm probably going to. I have them daily now. I'm scared when I'm down there with them homeless folks. I have to ask them for help, hoping one of them will come up with me to show this. It's an emergency situation. They're going to try to destroy my evidence, especially on my YouTube here, and if something isn't done today, then they may very well get away with it. That's going to destroy evidence of the abuse I've endured, as well as the abuse that I need to turn in that a lot of children have endured.
Okay. How can I help you with that part?
Do you know how to send emails?
Yes, somewhat.
You could help me show how to do that and make sure it sends right. I got my computer right outside.
Okay.
All right.
I
My
can try and help
phone's.
you with that.
Can I bring it up now?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. My phone's at 1%, so it's about to die, but I got. Is there a place where I can plug it in? Because it won't turn on unless it's plugged in.
Yeah, I think we have an outlet over behind this table.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be right back.